going to be the warrior. He decides to go with that warrior anyway. And, you know, although you did say that it made a lot of sense for the Miracle Rogue, I can respect this decision as well, because I just feel like in a situation where you're thrown off, you want to go to your comfort pick, and I think that this is his comfort pick. I think this tells me that he was thrown off in game one, and he's not really sure what's coming out here, and he's, even if perhaps the Miracle Rogue is a better matchup, he just has so many games played on Warrior that I guess he's just more comfortable. Yeah, and plus, it seems like quite a nice starting hand that he has.
Sure, I don't think there's any discredit to playing Warrior here. I think Warrior does have a good matchup versus Zoo a lot of times, especially with the way that he's ended up building his Warrior deck. You notice two of the big differences that are coming in is that there's 2 Core Crown Elites in here. In his last Warrior build that he had, he actually didn't have Brawl in it because Brawl just wasn't a good card in the metagame. But now with Zoo making sort of a resurgence, Brawl is a necessity again. So it's back in the deck, but everyone had known that he had cut this card for so long that that Realz may not anticipate this. And this turn 1 Armor Smith going to get a lot of work done here because this Cruel Taskmaster is going to be able to pick this off. He gains back the life he lost, and now he's looking at 2 minions, following this up with 2 Core Crown Elites, and then the Ragnaros is in his hand. This is a really good draw from him, but again, a testament to his deck building. And as you were saying, his comfort zone, he's not going to make a mistake, I don't think, coming into this game. A lot of it, I think, is going to be more decided on draws. And with the way that
he had a beautiful draw.
Right, and with the way that Realz' deck is built, it's sort of, I guess, when you go back and look at it, it's kind of a bad matchup because he's not putting on that early pressure that Warrior can sometimes fall to.
Yeah, and I mean, look at how much value he's already getting. He already has full board control, and it's like, you know, he's just building up the armor. He's already gotten 3 armor. He's cleared all the minions. He has 3 minions on the board. And this is kind of an awkward situation. And I mean, you're scared about that card draw. Going Knife Juggler, yeah, I mean, I can respect that. But if you play the Knife Juggler and you're not silencing, okay, so he's going to silence the card draw. Yeah, I was going to say if
he's got to silence the sacrifice.
Because if you played the, you know, the Sergeant there and Knife Juggle the Acolyte, that's like, you know, Kitkatz is like, oh, thanks, man. Like, that's very nice of you.
Right click, thanks.
Yeah, exactly. But here comes the Core Crown Elite, man. He clears the board, and now he's going to start whacking away on that face. Already down to 21 damage against a 33 HP, essentially, a warrior with 3 minions on the board.
Yeah, this is not a spot you want to be in.
This is terrible.
That's for sure. This Shadow Flame likely going to be coming into effect in the next couple of turns, but again, as you said, he's already down to sort of an unsafe life total. And how does he start to climb out of this? He's relying on his hero power, and Kitkatz has recognized that, and instead queued up with Warrior and taken an extremely aggressive stance. Like, even a card like Fiery War Axe right now is just terrible for Realz because it's just 6 damage.
Yep. And especially with what we know. I mean, we know that there's you know, another Core Crown Elite there. Like, this is pretty brutal, man. Like, having the second Core Crown Elite available, it'll be interesting to see what he decides to go for here. He's just going to drop the Harrison, just be able to get the value from that. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I think he's probably. Do you think he's going to clear here or just go face?
No, I think he's just going to keep. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess clearing is a safe play because at this point you want to prevent buffs from being relevant. But you can make an argument, I think, for going for the face here, simply because, again, you've just dealt so much damage leading up to this point. So.
Now, I feel like you have to Soulfire the Harrison. So
yeah.
Now, so what do you throw down first? Do you think you throw down the Dwarf or the Argus? Either way, you're losing. Okay, he's going to not throw down. Oh, he loses Argus.
I think he wants to Soulfire first because he wants to keep this Shadow Flame, or he wants to keep the Argus. I think it's one of those 2 things.
Okay.
The other thing he may want to do is it may change his play a little bit based on what he discards, so that could be another factor coming into it as well. But I think the main reason he did it is because he wants to try to keep this Argus or the Shadow Flame in his hand.
Well, now, I mean, it's almost like you have to just drop the big game hunter, because if you drop the Dark Iron Dwarf, maybe he's going to drop nothing, but that's scary as well.
Yeah, I think
he isn't going to do anything.
Right, he's going to drop nothing, and his plan is going to be to big game hunter and Shadow Flame next turn.
I mean, Core Crown Elite plus the Cruel Taskmaster, he could do a lot of damage this turn.
I don't think you'll see the Cruel Taskmaster come out this turn. You're definitely going to see the Core Crown Elite. 8 points of damage across the board. He's down to 11, and Ragnaros is 2 turns away.
And plus he has Baron Geddon next turn. If somehow this got cleared and there was some board control there, you can drop the Geddon. That puts him to, even without the attack, that puts him to 9 HP.
Right, and more importantly to note here is that even though he's Shadow Flaming to clear this board out, he doesn't have a big game hunter anymore, so this Baron Geddon is absolutely safe.
Yep, Baron Geddon going to get dropped there, and Realz has got to be feeling that sick feeling in the pit of his stomach, man. Knowing there's nothing he can do.
Oh, the well-played spam coming
BM
out.
Well played, man.
This is a brutal spot to be in. None of these minions are going to matter right now. He's got a life tap. Oh, wow!
He's going to shoot himself.
That Arcane Golem is actually a pretty good draw here, but I don't think it's going to be able to pull enough weight because now you're looking at Ragnaros coming down this turn.
Yeah, and this could be it, man. We'll see if the Elven Archer is going to be able to take one for the team, but even if it does, I don't think it matters. And I think you just drop the Rag and just pray to the RNG.
Oh, Senor Del Fuego is definitely coming out this turn. 33% chance to win this turn and likely 100% chance to win the game anyways. But is it going to end this turn or is it going to hit something else? Oh, and the Elven Archer goes down. 1 shot, 1 kill for Ragnaros.
I mean, he has the power overwhelming, and
Wow!
he can actually clear this. So that's that is nice. He's gonna live another day.
That Argent Commander's a huge
Yeah.
draw, by the way.
Yep.
But he's gonna life tap first.
Oh,
Oh my
you're right.
gosh! Yeah, I think he's got to do it this way because he's gonna need that Argent Commander to stick on the board.
Yeah.
But still in a pretty terrible shape, I think, if you're Realz. Kitkatz is only going to deal 5 more damage. He's got 5 cards in his hand, and look at what the cards are.
So
Cruel
do you think-
Taskmaster is going to pick up another card here.
Yeah,
Execute's going to be good down the road. Shield Lock gives him 5 more life, and he's got an Armor Smith. Like, how do you climb out of this?
Oh man, and he can get the double card draw.
Oh
now
my
if he wants
gosh,
to.
and a
He's
Whirlwind.
it. Yeah. So you can probably just execute this, and he could Cruel Taskmaster himself and get another card. Or he
And
could
look
Shield
how
Slam.
much armor he has.
I know.
That Shield Slam dealing 11 damage potentially right now. I like the Cruel Taskmaster here. It threatens lethal next turn immediately, so you force Realz to react to this. Wow, and there's a Gorehowl!
And I mean, it guarantees the triple card draw as well from the Acolyte. There's nothing Realz can do.
There
here.
is just no climbing out of this
Yeah.
spot. Even if he gets Defender of Argus
It's
down.
a 40 HP warrior.
Right. So he's just conceding the game here with this Leroy Jenkins, letting Kitkatz know what's up. And Kitkatz isn't going to show him this Gorehowl. No reason to give away that information. Game 2 going over to Kitkatz on the back of easily what his best deck and a fantastic build from what you saw there. But he identified this matchup really quickly. And this